Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick and simple eyebrow tutorial. So for this eyebrow tutorial, I'm only going to be using two products as I prefer my brows more on the natural and feathery side. To me, eyebrows are very important because they do shape your entire face and they bring the whole look together. This eyebrow look is something you can wear every single day, whether you're dressing up or dressing down. So if you guys want to see how I get these brows, please keep on watching. To start off with my brows, I like to do them at the end of my makeup routine. I know some people like to do their brows at the beginning before they do their eyeshadow. You can do whatever you feel works best for you. The reason I don't like to do my brows at the beginning is because when I apply foundation and concealer and all my other products, my brow product tends to come off and then I kind of have to reapply at the end. So for me, I'd rather wait till the end to do my brows. I haven't gotten my eyebrows done since March, which is crazy. My eyebrow hairs do grow pretty quickly, but if I can give you guys any sort of tip and trick to keep your eyebrows looking full and not over tweezed during this time while you're in between appointments, or if you haven't gone in a while due to the nature of everything going on, I would only tweeze your eyebrows here. Do not go too close to the eyebrow underneath and don't touch the tops. Like, don't touch the tops at all. Only tweeze here and let the rest of your brow hairs grow in. I know it might look scary at times, but that's the only way you will get thicker, fuller looking brows over time. And right now is the perfect time to let your brows grow in while stores are closed and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys on in so you can see how I do my brows every single day. Alrighty, you guys, we are up close and personal. So to start off my eyebrows, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade medium brown. I like to use a thinner, more defined brow pencil. The angled ones don't really work for me just because I like to make my eyebrows look as natural as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this spoolie end of the brow pencil and start by brushing up my brows. That's the first step. We're gonna go ahead and take the pencil side now, and I always like to start in the middle, underneath my brow first, then go towards the tail, and then go to the front. The reason I don't like to start off at the front of the brow is because if you put too much product there, it won't look as natural. So always start off having a heavier hand in the middle, towards the outside, and then do the front last. And I'm doing this very light-handed. So you can see that the middle and the tail are, for the most part, done. And then I'll now go to the front of the brow. And the goal here is light hairline strokes. You want these to look as full and natural as possible. So now that the bottom has a good outline, I'll go ahead and use the spoolie and brush them up. And your spoolie is going to be your best friend here because you want to continue to brush the product through the brow so there's no harsh lines. So what I like to do is once I have a good outline of the brow, I'll go ahead and just look over it again, and then I'll go ahead and make the tail a little more defined. And I'll go ahead and do the same for the arch of my brow. If you have more sparse brows, you're gonna want to use more product, but since my brows are pretty full already, I'm not using that much product. So now that the bottom part of the brow is done, we're gonna go ahead and do the top. You're gonna want to brush down the brow, and I'm just gonna do one brow at a time right now so you can see how I do my brows. And you can see my eyebrow hairs are really long and that they need a trim really bad, but just keep letting these babies grow. Keep letting your babies grow, okay? Don't trim them yourself. Don't over tweeze them. You want fuller, thicker brows. Don't touch them. Just tweeze here. Promise you it works. Now that the brow is brushed down, we're gonna go ahead and fill in the top of the brow. This is gonna make the brows look fuller. So again, you wanna start from the middle to the tail, do the front last. And as you can see, I'm brushing product into the brow. I'm not making any harsh lines because that's gonna make them look super square, and you don't really want them to look square unless that's the natural shape of your brow, let's say. And just for reference, this is how much product I have on my brow pencil. So not too much. If you make it sharper, it's gonna get a little wobbly in your hands. So I don't like to twist up too much product. I just like to keep it pretty minimal, and then I can work through my brows a little easier. So you can see that I put product on the top of my brow, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the tail of my brow. And now that the tail of my brow is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the front of my brow. And now that the front of the brow is done, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush this brow up so we can see what it looks like. And you can see this brow versus this brow. So you can tell that there's not that much product on my brow, but I just filled them in and made them more defined to look bolder and fluffier. I'm gonna do the same thing to this brow so you can kind of see how the look completes itself with both brows done. And just so you guys know, no two eyebrows are the same. No one's eyebrows are the same. So if one eyebrow is thicker than the other, that's totally okay. You can just manipulate it with product. Everyone's brows are different, so you want to make sure whatever brow shape you have works for your face. At one point, my brows were more rounded, and that just wasn't working for me. So I had to grow them out. This was recently too, like I want to say beginning of the year. They were too rounded, and I had to grow them back out, at least the tops of my brows, so it looked more natural and just shaped my face better. My face just looked more round. So that is what I was dealing with, and I just grew them back out, and here we are today. So the bottom of my brow is done. And again, working that product through the brow so it looks more natural. And then we're gonna go ahead and brush this brow down and fill in the top of the brow. And I think it's important to note that I don't put a lot of product on the arch of my brow because I already have really strong arches, and for me personally, I don't like to make it even stronger because it's just too bold and my eyebrows move a lot, so it can tend to make me look angry, I guess you could say. I've had people tell me like my brows are so intense that I look angry. So you can make the arches of your brows more defined. I prefer to define the arch underneath versus on the top. So whatever works for you, but that's just how I like to do it. Okay, you guys, so my brows are done in terms of using brow pencil. You can see that they're really full and really thick. Now that my brows have pencil in them, I'm gonna go ahead and use my brow gel. It's my favorite brow gel ever, and it is the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade brown. So this has little fibers in it to give more volume and thickness to your brows, which then in turn makes them look feathery. So I'm all about that. You can use a clear brow gel as well. The Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow gel is good. So is the Milk brow gel as well, but I prefer this as my favorite. If you guys have really thick brows or you just don't have time to do brow pencil plus gel in the mornings, you can just use the Boy Brow right off the bat, throw some on your brows really quick and be out the door. It does have color in it, so that is the nice part about this, is you're gonna get color on your brows with just one product if you prefer to only use one product because you gotta go. Like, you don't have time to sit there and do your brows and make them look perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and take this brow gel on both of my brows, and I like to start in the middle of my brow, the tail, and then the front. I don't like that much product on the front of my brows. And always go in upward motion. And then the front. So that is what the brow looks like compared to this brow. And as you guys can see, this brow is a little fuller than this brow in terms of thickness, but again, they're sisters, not twins, so it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal, and no one's really gonna sit there and be like, wow, your eyebrows are not the same. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. And that is with the Boy Brow. So you guys can see my eyebrows look super bold, feathery, but they're still natural. It's not that much product that's in there. For some reason, I just don't like the pomades. I think it gives too harsh of a brow for me. But if that's more your style, then that's what works for you. I like them to look as natural as possible. If I use the pomades, it just looks way too intense, and I'm not into that. So now that the brow gel is on top and they are set for the day, I'm just gonna take the spoolie from the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil and just go ahead and brush the little hairs down, like so. And if you guys like your brows sticking up, that is totally fine, but since my eyebrow hairs are way too long, I don't want them sticking up because it just looks a little funky to me. And that is how I do my eyebrows. Super simple, super quick. You guys can carve out your brows if you want to, if you want that more defined look. For every single day, I don't do that. If I am going to some type of event or a party, then I will carve them out, but every single day, this is how I do my brows, no matter where I'm going. So for the purpose of this, I'm not gonna carve them out because I want this to be like a 5-minute brow routine for you guys, or even 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute if you guys are really quick at this, but I don't want this to be too intense. So this is how I do my eyebrows. The rest of my face is done, as I mentioned before, but I still need to do my mascara. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll show you guys the final look. All right, you guys, this is the finished makeup look with my brows done and mascara on my lashes. As you can see, my brows brought my entire look together and shaped my face, which is exactly what we want here. I hope you all enjoyed this quick and simple eyebrow tutorial. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below and leave me a comment. I would love to know what videos you guys would like to see next. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.